Good morning everyone and welcome back to another video, and today, because we're crossing into 2021, it is time for me to take a look at the new sets coming out, as well as take a bit of a look back at all the sets I still need to grab before they retire. But this isn't just about me, it's a chance for reflection and for me to share some advice on sets that you shouldn't miss out on. A lot of sets get a particularly bad rep, and I definitely want to spread some love this way and maybe change some opinions about what is actually a good set, because they've all got their own benefits, they just might not be for you. But I thought I'd try and take some positive spins on some of the sets which didn't get the best response from the crowd, and obviously only if I actually like them myself. But we're going to start with the nice new sets. I'm a very open collector, so you're going to see a lot of different things today. So let's take a closer look. So starting with 2021 sets, we have an amazing spectacle on the left with the new Botanical Collection, and wow do these look stunning. The fact that these are built of fairly common pieces to create fantastically shaped, organic looking flowers, particularly the bell-like flowers, and all for £44 is stunning. Despite me not being quite the target audience they were going for, I think this is a thing of Lego beauty and one of my top 2021 sets so far. Now, the Modular, on the other hand, is a set I'm usually very anticipated to see, and this year the exterior for me definitely doesn't disappoint. I am, however, not a fan of the police theming. Yes, I do love the spoon dug tunnel, the typewriter, and the clue board that has been built with an elastic band, but the concept just grinds with me. It's really hard to explain. No matter, every Modular fan, in my opinion, should at least consider this set just for the sake of the stunning exterior that fits so well with the bookshop. All I'll have to do is change out the inside, and I promise that you will see that on the channel very soon. I've seen the Ninjago Jungle Dragon get the tail end of the stick over the last couple of weeks, and I think that the dragon deserves more than it gets. While showing some similarities with the Ninjago movie Lloyd Dragon, the relatively unique theming, great figure selection, and best colour scheme give this set a great sense of character, and that I will defend all year. It also looks like a really fun build and has this very jungle aesthetic that I just absolutely love. I think they did really well with this theming, and I particularly love the tiki masks from this wave. While I'm here, I should also mention the world map art and buildable probe droids that are heavily rumoured, both of which sound like interesting concepts to me. I would love a map of the world in LEGO on my wall, as long as I don't have to buy 4 of them to make it, and a buildable probe droid just gets me all excited. Next up over here, we have the Chinese New Year Spring Lantern Festival. I'm going to keep this one brief because I could gush over this for a very long time. But while I'm not the hugest fan of the Ninjago modulars, this blows me away. It's stunning. The pathway actually fits. The garden aspect works so well. The integration of the light brick, incredibly clever. The figure selection is beyond what I'd usually ask for, and I particularly love the blank-headed 2021 figure in the corner. I don't know what it is about this set, it just screams perfect to me, and it's my favourite set of 2021 so far. The colour palette, the design, even the tiles with the fishes on, it looks brilliant, and I cannot wait to integrate this into my city when I eventually get my hands on it. Series 21 is a huge upgrade on last year's numbered series, and for me, the inventive part usage and similarities to the hazmat suit guy make the Beekeeper stand out. Also, the cute little crab pushes the castaway to top spot for this series. I just wish it came with a different beard, as I think this one's been used for a long time and I can remember it getting used in Series 1. But overall, this series is millions of times better than Series 20 from last year, and I'm really excited to actually pay the increased price for once. Speaking of crabs, the creative idea of Mario blind bags was something that I was completely surprised by, and the bucket crab was the most well-rounded of the bunch this time around. I will definitely pick this up day one to display with my urchin. Therefore, I recommend if you're on the fence about Mario, then buy one of the character packs. They're a really charming build, and while they may be small, they kind of just display a bit of 2020 Lego on your shelf. Minecraft's had a rough season this time, and even I can't deny that. The bee farm stands out from the low-res Wandering Trader and Nightmare Hold'em that is so cursed. Anyway, the bees are gorgeous, and as someone new to Minecraft in LEGO and in general, this brings a good starting point, as well as reminding me of the couple of lockdown hours I spent broadening my horizons on the topic of Minecraft. As well as this, having an Elytra, Flame Piece, Villager, these amazingly cute bees in such high quantities, and a really good play feature, not to mention just looking good for a Minecraft build, really makes this one stand out to me, and a set that I'm pretty sure I'll end up picking up. Next up, I wanted to bring some attention to the new Frozen 2 storybook, the only of the Disney Princess storybooks. And for me, it's definitely a battle of these Frozen books about which one I will buy, as I love the one from last year and still haven't got that one yet either. For me, I think it comes mostly down to the figures, as they're both cute, well designed, and have some nice builds. Yet, for the mini dolls, kind of remind me of minifigures and are really the biggest draw. Which one's the best book? Let me know in the comments down below. I think I may be leaning towards the better figure selection, although I like this Ice Palace build a lot more. Also, Bernie the Salamander. Cute. It's so cute. It will pair so well with Olaf. It's cheap, and there are some good pieces with those log 1x1s, that blue snowflake in particular, and the flame. But, oh, he's so cute. Okay, here I go. I'm going to defend the TIE Fighter. While it's not something that I would necessarily buy, I think this year's TIE Fighter actually appeals to me the most. While I can't deny that the scaling of the £80 solo TIE Fighter works better, looks bigger, I would argue that this is the most rounded TIE Fighter we've ever had and still looks good despite the smaller size and cheaper price point. The figures are great and well rounded, and the build doesn't suffer from its size. It's also probably the roundest TIE Fighter we've ever had, and it looks so cute. The fact that it's affordable makes this set brilliant. This set has to stay on the market because everyone needs a TIE Fighter, and honestly, if I was going to recommend any TIE Fighter to anybody, it would be this one. And Baby Ralph. Some of you probably won't know what I'm talking about, but this microscale 8080 build is exactly what I was hoping for. The 2014 one was always one that I admired from a distance, and now that they've actually upgraded this one to look amazing, I will be picking this up day one just for that. I was worried about the Tauntaun, but it came out well enough, and I will very happily add that to my collection, especially considering this will be my first Luke Skywalker and goes so well with my 2014 8080. Next up are the Ideas re-releases, and the important thing about these is that they returned. They were two of the Ideas sets that I was always particularly after, but they were so down on my list because there's always been so many good sets that I've never had a chance to pick them up, and this is my second chance, so of course they're here. The Saturn V looks like an amazing build and display piece, and the ship in the bottle is such a unique idea that's so well executed. But you better get them soon because they will be gone before too long, and then they'll be expensive on the aftermarket. Don't count on them getting revived a third time. Another controversial pick may be these Friend sets. At the top we have the Heart Lake City Park, which I think has gone under the radar on pretty much everyone. Now, the thing I love about this set is that it is so different and so well executed. If that bridge wasn't pink, I think this set would be almost a definite buy for me. I particularly love the reeds either side, the kite in the sky, the curved edges of the bandstand, and that adorable micro doll boy kind of build. Why can't City do something to this quality just in a different colour scheme? It is not a gender exclusive thing. The Swan build's also cute in the figure selection. I just wish it was with proper minifigures and of just a tad less pink. Either way, no one should rule this out of their basket. At the very least, it's a part pack, and it may be exactly what you need with your city. Some minor modifications, and this could be perfect. Down at the bottom, though, we also have the Organic Cafe, which I think just stands out because of its colour scheme and nice build. There are those giant signs at the top really go down a treat, especially using the DC minifigure accessory piece to make the lid of a smoothie. The yellow and the green both stand out, and the return of the bold cap as well as with the micro mini dolls all look amazing. I'm also just a huge fan of those sandwich builds in the windows. They look so amazing. This set is definitely one that could be transferable into minifigure form as well, and something that I would definitely consider doing in studio to see if I could make this a pickup worth my while. Moving towards the south end of our 2021 side of this video, I have a couple of things to talk about with this Dots book. The only reason it makes an appearance here is because no, I am not a Dots fan in particular, although I do appreciate what they're doing for the system. This is here because of that lock mechanism. I think it's about time that we finally have a lock mechanism in a LEGO set. It's something that I've kind of thought we needed for a while, and I'm interested to see if that is a Technic integrated piece, which I suspect it might be, if we could see this appear in Dungeon or Zelda style sets for kind of locked doors that you can actually unlock as a play feature. Either way, I think it's a great innovation to finally see in LEGO form, and I cannot wait to see what they do with it. On the other hand, the Harry Potter books are something I was particularly looking forward to, and if you have the money to buy all four, I would 100% recommend them. But for me, there's just something missing. Either it looks good, but the figures are not particularly great, or it functions, but doesn't have an amazing build. There's just something missing in every single one, so unless you're willing to buy all four, I'd give these a pass. But they're still worth mentioning, as I love what LEGO does with books, and the teacher figures from these sets are stunning no matter which way you spin it. And finally, on the sets portion of our 2021 list today, I'd like to talk about these two. Starting with the Coral Reef, the build is alright, it looks accurate, not really for me. The reason this is here is for the Drowned, Turtle Shell Helmet and Pufferfish, which I think are the standouts, and for only £10 this isn't a bad set, really, especially considering if you want to build your Pufferfish or Drowned armies. The one on the right continues the Mario play feature greatness, with that Chain Chomp play feature. Personally, what draws me to LEGO Mario is the ingenious play features that they integrate every single time, and launching this Chain Chomp, while similar to the Piranha Plant, is different enough for me to give it credit. The builds are so iconic and look good, and that Bramble just looks so funny. I just thought I'd dump a couple of figures on at the end of this piece here, and these are kind of figures from sets that I'd love the figures from, but the sets just don't pull their weight enough for me to grab. I haven't watched The Mandalorian and have no clue if the Beskar armor is important or not, therefore the child is the only one from that set that really stands out for me. So instead of spending my £30 on the Tusken Raider encounter, I'd rather spend the soon-to-be £5 Baby Yoda on Bricklink. Another one that also stands out to me is the comic book Mysterio. Last year's Mysterio from the 4 Plus set also really stood out to me in his comic book form. However, I prefer that blue dome by about tenfold, and that swirly piece is something I've had my eye on since its appearance with Neymar Ream, who, spoiler alert, you will see later in this video. Either way, this figure looks astounding, and I'd really like to pick him up before he gets too expensive. Couple of blurry pictures here from some more recent revealed sets. Again, I will have updated these if the images have got better by the time I edit this. But we have Chief Marmot from the Ninjago Season 14 Guardian Keeper Village. The Keeper Village was a set I was expecting to like more, but overall I think I prefer the Journey of the Skull Dungeon. There just doesn't seem to be quite enough substance for me, but I cannot deny that this figure looks amazing. And while I may prefer the tribal mask from the dragon, this headpiece is so absolutely incredible and detailed and teal. This figure is great, and I cannot wait to try and get him on Bricklink at a cheaper price than buying the whole set. In a similar story, for someone that owns a Mushroom Cow, picking up the Moo Bloom kind of seems like a no-brainer. The Moo Bloom is coming in the Minecraft dungeon kind of first adventure Minecraft Earth themed set, and I just really like the cow variants from Minecraft, so I think this Moo Bloom is definitely something that I'll have to add to my basket one of these days. And finally, for 2021 figures that I'm after would be the Professor McGonagall from the books. As I've said, the books are not quite good enough for me to justify, especially the Transfiguration book, which I believe falls short in most of the other areas apart from this McGonagall figure. But having a Dolores Umbridge has kind of wanted me to get a couple of other teachers, and this is by far the best McGonagall we ever had or ever going to get. The face print is so accurate, and I'm a sucker for dress pieces done right. On the right is Thanos, and while I know he's a 2020 figure just like Baby Yoda, his new appearance in the 4 Plus set is sure to keep his price nice and low and available for me to pick up. I really like the colour scheme on his torso, and while the face isn't exactly what I was after, I'll either pick him up or his mech when it goes on sale. Oh, I forgot about this one. Wiggler's also here on my list. The only reason that Wiggler's set, the Swamp Poison Adventure thing, doesn't make this list in the first place is for the lack of one crucial thing, and that is an action tile on Wiggler. If that had that, then that set would be worth my money and I would buy it. However, having just Wiggler on his own here, I think is a worthy inclusion. He's such a well done build that looks exactly like his counterpart and that actually moves, which is really cool. Moving into 2020 here, we've got a couple of sets for me to mop up, and understandably, having only just come out, the Colosseum is first on the list of sets I do not own yet. But you cannot tell me that the thing doesn't look gorgeous. The way those trees and the base just contrast with the tan and the architecture with the curve, and while some may argue that it's a repetitive build, I would argue therapeutic. The end result will be well worth it, and I'm definitely going to start saving for this beauty once I lock off a couple more of the more urgent retiring from 2020. I cannot wait to have the largest LEGO set ever in my collection. Also, Bookshop. This may be a controversial pick, but the Bookshop from 2020 was one of my favourite modulars, right behind Parisian Restaurant, Assembly Square, and the Brick Bank. There's something so quintessential about it. When this was revealed in December of 2019, I squealed really loud. Not only am I a big fan of bookstores, having worked in a library in the past, I love the Moby Brick printed cover, the apartment, and that Butil building is just so precious. The fact that they reference the colour number on the door and it has all these cute little references, I could imagine myself living there as an elderly person. The tree's a nice touch, but something that could possibly be removed. I like the build, just wish there was more books, but apart from that it's an absolutely outstanding modular, and the fact that it splits into two makes it better. Its design has only been even enhanced, by my perspective, by the release of the police station, because, well, it fits really well next to it. Some smaller sets from 2020 that I'm yet to get my hands on. I'm sure in some January sales these will make their way into my collection. Starting with the Room of the Quirrent, this is just the perfect Harry Potter set for me. For someone that stayed away from the new Hogwarts expansions from 2018 onwards, mainly because I own the 2010 Hogwarts and the big 2018 Hogwarts, this is a really nice small addition that allows me to get some student-robed figures, none of which I have, an updated Luna and Harry, in their long leg forms that I don't have, some new Patronuses to go with the stag, Umbridge's declarations and a nice set for Umbridge to stand next to, and my absolute favourite part of this set is the Death Eater training dummy. It's such a random thing that I never thought they'd make, and I'm so happy that they did. It looks great, and I cannot wait to have that figure. The 501st Battle Pack, however, is a piece of LEGO history. Even ignoring that, I still like the builds and the figure designs, particularly the Jetpack Trooper, and it's definitely one I want to pick up and then keep the box, not really to resell, but it's just such a part of history at this point as far as LEGO and I am concerned, that, well, I think I have to buy it. It's just a matter of getting it for 20 instead of 25. Following this through for 2020, we had a duo of big sets that was released in the middle of the year. That includes the LEGO Ideas Grand Piano, which looks so sleek and is a mechanical masterpiece. The fact that it plays even if it doesn't actually play is fantastic, and that 6x6 Playday tile is amazing. The curvature, keys, all of it is just fabulous. It's just a shame about the price, being so expensive because of the motor. £100 cheaper and no differently an engineering feat is the Nintendo Entertainment System. The fact that they had to over-engineer a massive grey box to make that system just shows the love and dedication. And the fact that it's so accurate and so cleverly done, it looks like such a rewarding build. The fact that it works is mind-blowing. I love the Secret Underground stage reference, and while not being a particular Mario fan and more of a Zelda kind of guy, this set is amazing as a LEGO fan and just a fan of Nintendo in general. You don't have to be a Mario lover to love this set. Did I mention the scrolling screen is absolutely awesome? Cannot wait to get my hands on some tread pieces, and I think if it came down between a battle between the piano and this, I don't know which one would win. Following that Nintendo trend, we also have Adventures with Mario here, and while some people will argue that this is overpriced, I would argue the contrary. The amount of value and technology that goes into that digital Mario figure is outstanding, and you will get your money's worth, even at full price. The elements here help you to build your course and contain at least some characters to get you going. The start pipe, flagpole, Goomba, and King Koopa Jr. are all amazing elements, and I think this really is a great set to start off the gimmick of LEGO Mario. Definitely something that I'm hoping to pick up for maybe 10% off, just to soften that blow a bit, because I'm really eager to try out the best gimmick to come out of LEGO in a couple of years. The Desert Pokey, however, is the best expansion set whether you have the starter course or not. Even without the Mario feature, the play feature is still incredibly fun and should not be overrated. LEGO Mario shines through because of its play features, whether it's that power piranha plant that jumps back into its warp pipe or knocking the segment of the Pokey out bit by bit until he's done. It's all so incredible. I cannot believe that we're finally living in a world with LEGO Nintendo. I honestly can't believe it. It's just such a quintessential thing that I think should have happened so long ago, and the Desert Pokey amplifies what I love about it in the most. You should not sleep on this theme. I urge everyone to at least try a character pack to see if it's something for you. On the bigger end of the spectrum, we have the Chinese New Year Temple Fair, which you cannot deny looks gorgeous. While some may have a problem with the facade, I think that could easily be worked into a modular style building to ease that off. And for someone that is an absolute sucker for complete processes, the fact that you can buy rockets by the dozen and there's pots for sale, figure sculptures, toys, wheelie pins, a puppet show, and all of the food items with the prep area and the fire. This set just screams my name. I definitely want this in a city one day, and even for the time being, it looks so gorgeous. It would even fit in a fun fair. Not to mention the minifigures are outstanding with the amount of new pieces, prints, torsos, and the reindeer, baby. Also, though, from Jurassic World, probably less on the value side of things, we have the Indominus Rex versus Ankylosaurus, and this set has a special connection with me. Ever since playing the video game, watching the movie, and seeing the first line of LEGO sets, I wished that they would make a gyrosphere station. Not only does it play into my nostalgia for the movie and my love of theme park sets, which I do believe it could be integrated into, it's the exact build I dreamed of, with an amazing rendition of the station, the full main cast of the movie, a great gyrosphere sign, the return of the actual gyrosphere itself, Ankylosaurus with amazing tail play feature, and Indominus Rex in a much more accurate colour scheme than the original 2015 one. While technically slightly overpriced, you're still getting amazing value here, and I would recommend this set to anyone that's a fan of the original movie or that likes theme parks. I don't know what it is, this set just makes me so happy to think that they finally made it. To the Harry Potterverse we go as we start to approach the end of the last section of this video. We have the Monster Book of Monsters promo, which I desperately hope reaches normal retail in the UK. It looks amazing, the play feature works so well, and I just love LEGO books. Don't own a Draco, it's a perfect set for me really, and it was going to be so cheap. I really hope it makes it to this country. I'll do anything. On the other scale, from cheap to expensive, we have Diagon Alley. If you had told my past self after just buying a Parisian restaurant that one day there would be Ninjago, Chinese New Year, and Harry Potter modulars, and that I would like Chinese New Year and Harry Potter modulars, and appreciate Ninjago City for what it is, I would never have believed you, and these are stunning. I was going to avoid this set because I own the 2011 Diagon Alley, but considering that Ollivanders is the only overlap and it's such an upgrade, these really do tickle my fancy. They look great, Harry Potter or not. They could be transformed into city builds as we've seen by other YouTubers. The figure selection is great and the secret surprise is another nice touch. The fact that these could integrate into a city with just the addition of a leaky cauldron and Gringotts fills me with creativity, and I cannot wait to put these in my collection next to my large Hogwarts one day. Towards the end here, with the Iron Man helmet build, some people criticise this as chubby. I think it looks great, plus there's more pearlescent gold. Not to mention, I just think it looks like Iron Man. It looks really, really cool, and I don't understand the people's problems with it. We also have the buildable Mickey and Minnie here, which I have done a complete U-turn on after hating on earlier in the year. I have now come to love and appreciate them. While overpriced and something I will never buy for myself, if this was given to me as a gift or I got double VIP chance on it maybe, well, I wouldn't say no. These would look stunning next to the Disney Castle, which is another set that I also own, and I really like. The build experience just seems fun. We'll go with that. The build experience seems fun, and I can't really fault it for that, despite its price. Penultimate sets here, we have ice skating promo, which I am fairly sad that I am going to miss out on. Charles Dickens and the Blue Brick just left me in a position where I could not say no to that one, and this got pushed to the sidelines. But I absolutely love the build and the concept of using the splat gears, which are some of my favourite, like, Lego-y kind of Technic elements. I wish the plates on the bottom were white, but the build is so Christmassy and quintessential. Not to mention the Christmas sweaters being torsos that I'm exactly looking for. I really wish I could pick this one up, but I'm sure it won't be too expensive on the aftermarket, at least not relatively soon after the promo. We also have the Christmas ornaments here in comparison to the Halloween ones. I own the Halloween ones, so I want the Christmas ones. I'm a sucker for reindeer and snowmen alike, so no brainer really. And finally, we have the other two seasonal sets, the Halloween Hayride and Christmas Snowball Fight. I love the build techniques in the Snowball Winter Fight, as well as the torsos of the minifigure, and I think for a large snowman build it works well. Not to mention I get an extra ski to replace when my ones on my big Hogwarts inevitably get broken, and the play features are fun. It'd just be nice to add to the Winter Village collection. The Halloween Hayride has some amazing minifigure torsos, and I think this could be integrated into some sort of corn maze or fairground attraction. The gate build is probably my favourite, and the tractor doesn't go too far amiss, but let's be honest, I'm really in it for those torsos. Just a couple of quick minifigures from 2020. I mentioned this earlier. The Reindeer Baby, which I think is the absolute cutest baby Lego I've ever done. Again, with a reindeer, so of course I'm in. And I own 6 of the babies, the Babysitter Baby, the White Baby from Assembly Square, 2 Sewer Babies, and 2 Sparkle Babies, and this would be the crown jewel of my baby collection, and I wish I could get this Reindeer Baby anytime soon, whether that's the Chinese New Year set or Bricklink. While we're talking about reindeers, not a picture I put in here, but I will order that reindeer from the Elf Clubhouse off Bricklink ASAP. Meanwhile, Neymar Ream. That piece on his base looks stunning, and his printing looks amazing. He looks really villainous, and I would love to have him in my collection. I don't need to say any more, he just looks fantastic. Bellatrix and Kingsley were 2 that I missed from the Harry Potter Series 2 CMF, and I'm looking forward to being able to get them when I can go into a store and feel for them, as they were just that bit too expensive off Bricklink for me to justify. The Bellatrix, well, because this is the best Bellatrix we've had since the reboot, with an accurate face print and an actually printed dress slope, not to mention Azkaban robes, which is an outfit for her that I've always wanted, and since playing the Harry Potter Years 5 to 7 video game, I've always wanted Kingsley as an official figure, and his colour scheme is just so striking, I cannot wait to pick both of them up. Finally, we'll end here on the note of the Orange Classic Spaceman. Having enjoyed Benny's Space Squad more than I initially thought, and owning classic space sets, this one really is a no-brainer. I just wish I could get them cheaper than buying that book, but Orange really rounds out the cast, and I definitely want a teal one next. Well, that's going to do it for this video, and I'm sorry that this is a bit of a long one, but if you still stuck around, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and tell me what your most anticipated set for 2021 is in the comments down below. I hope someone appreciated my advice or just liked to listen to what I think on the upcoming sets. I'm going to do these twice a year maybe, Summer Wave, Winter Wave, and have a good day.